Have you ever reached for your favorite snack, only to wonder why it's not available abroad? Today, we're diving into the world of controversial cuisine. Join us as we explore 10 American foods that are surprisingly banned in other countries. From breakfast treats to artificial colors, get ready to be shocked and maybe a little hungry. 1. Gatorade. Gatorade is a common sports drink in the US, but in Europe and Japan, it's banned. In 2012, the European Union banned one ingredient that was once found in Gatorade called brominated vegetable oil, also known as BVO. Gatorade tweaked the recipe to exclude BVO, but Gatorade is still banned in some parts of Europe due to the drink company's use of artificial dyes. These dyes, such as Yellow 5 and Yellow 6, have been linked to health concerns, including hyperactivity in children. Additionally, some European countries have stricter regulations on food additives compared to the US despite the bans. Gatorade remains a popular choice for athletes and active individuals in many other parts of the world. The company continues to explore and adapt its formulations to meet varying international standards. 2. Farm-raised salmon. Farmed salmon in the US contains a compound called astaxanthin, which is used to create that bright pink color that gives salmon its signature color and appearance. However, there haven't been enough long-term studies on the ingredient to know what effects it might have on the human body over time. Australia and New Zealand have banned fish containing this chemical. Some health advocates argue that the natural diet of wild salmon, which includes krill and other small fish, provides a healthier and more natural source of astaxanthin. Critics of farmed salmon also raise concerns about the overall farming practices, including the use of antibiotics and the impact on local ecosystems. 3. Wheat thins. Wheat thins may be a popular snack in the US, but you're not going to find them in the UK, parts of Europe, or Japan. That's because they contain a chemical called BHT, which is short for butylated hydroxytoluene. There's some evidence that the chemical may be a carcinogen, so other countries have decided it's best not to allow it in their food products. In the US, BHT is still considered safe by the FDA, but concerns persist among some health advocates and researchers. Many consumers are becoming more aware of the potential risks associated with synthetic additives and preservatives. This has led to a rise in demand for more natural and organic snack options. 4. Little Debbie Swiss Rolls. Little Debbie Swiss Rolls aren't exactly a gourmet dessert, but they have their appeal when you have an intense sweets craving. But in Norway and Austria, you won't find them at all. They were originally banned because they contain certain dyes that are prohibited in the European Union. But these two countries just banned them entirely. The dyes in question, such as Yellow 5 and Red 40, have been linked to hyperactivity and other health issues in children. Norway and Austria take a particularly stringent approach to food additives, prioritizing public health and safety. This has led to stricter regulations and the outright banning of products that do not meet their standards. 5. Coffee Mate Creamer. Making sweetened coffee drinks at home is way easier when you use a product like Coffee Mate Creamer, but in other parts of the world, it's not an option. Some countries in Europe have banned the product due to its high levels of trans fats, which raise bad cholesterol. You're probably better off just using standard cream and sugar. Trans fats have been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, prompting stricter regulations in many countries. The European Union has set limits on the amount of trans fats allowed in food products, pushing manufacturers to find healthier alternatives. As a result, many consumers are becoming more conscious of the ingredients in their food and beverages. 6. Ritz Crackers. Ritz Crackers fit into the same category as Coffee Mate. Because of their high levels of trans fats, they've been banned in some European countries. Considering there's evidence that eating too much trans fat can lead to health conditions like heart disease, it makes sense that governments would aim to limit how much of it ends up in our food supply. In response to these bans, manufacturers in affected regions have reformulated their products to reduce or eliminate trans fats. The shift towards healthier fats, such as those derived from vegetable oils or whole grains, reflects growing awareness about the impact of diet on long-term health. Many consumers now actively seek out snacks that are free from artificial additives and high levels of unhealthy fats. 7. Frosted Flakes. Remember BHT. The banned component in wheat thins? It's in Frosted Flakes too, where it serves as a preservative. That means that Frosted Flakes are also banned in Europe and Japan. Somehow, I think the kids survived just fine without Tony the Tiger. In these regions, there's a greater emphasis on minimizing exposure to potentially harmful chemicals in food products. This has led to the rise of alternative cereals that meet local regulations and still offer a tasty breakfast option. Many parents and health-conscious consumers prefer brands that avoid synthetic additives, opting for products with natural ingredients and fewer preservatives. As a result, cereal companies worldwide are adapting to these preferences, offering healthier choices that align with varying regional standards. 8. Maraschino cherries. Maraschino cherries are those bright red cherries that often appear atop banana splits, but they're not widely eaten around the world. They contain red 40, a dye that's banned in places like the UK and Switzerland. Some people suffer from allergic reactions when they eat the dye, which is why some countries have decided that it's just not worth the risk. Red 40 has been linked to various health concerns, including hyperactivity in children and potential carcinogenic effects. As a result, many countries with strict food safety regulations opt for natural coloring alternatives. This approach reflects a broader trend toward transparency and consumer safety, encouraging food manufacturers to explore safer, more natural options. 9. Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew legitimately looks poisonous, so it doesn't surprise me at all that it's banned in other countries. Countries like Japan have decided to ban Mountain Dew because it's made with an ingredient called BVO, or brominated vegetable oil. BVO contains bromine, which is a natural element that can nonetheless be hazardous to humans in large quantities. Delicious! Don't you want to chug a Mountain Dew now? While BVO is used in the US to stabilize citrus flavors in drinks, its potential health risks have led to stricter regulations abroad. In response to international concerns, the manufacturer has been reformulating some of its products to remove controversial ingredients. This shift highlights growing global awareness and consumer demand for safer, more natural beverage options. 10. Skittles. Another neon food product, banned in other countries. Who would have thought? Norway and Sweden have banned the product because it contains dyes like yellow 5 and yellow 6. If these countries can survive without artificial, fruit-flavored plastic eye candies, we might just be able to as well. These dyes have been associated with potential health risks, including hyperactivity and allergic reactions, which has led to stricter food safety regulations. The bans reflect a broader trend towards eliminating artificial additives and promoting more natural ingredients. Many consumers are now seeking out candies and snacks that use natural coloring agents. That's it for our 10 banned American foods. Did any of these surprise you? Maybe you have a strange food banned where you live. Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this quirky food fact fest, hit that like button and subscribe for more fun content coming your way.